Okay guys, we have the swale roughed out. Heinz is doing a little touch up right here, and then we have been retrieving rocks. Okay guys, this is the exit for the swale here. As you can see, this is Heinz' driveway down here to his regular house, and then these terraces go down. So the water is going to exit here, and then you can see the swale going back up there towards the tractor. So Heinz is just doing a little touch up on the grade. We've been bringing rocks over from my house in an area where I'm going to remove some and put riprap down, and then I've got a pile left over from some other work that we did. So these are bigger ones that'll go along the outside, smaller ones over here, and try not to point into the sun. It's just rising over there, but that's where we are. We'll be putting down landscape fabric and then the anchors on the outside, and then we'll fill in. It's going to take a while. It's not going to be quick. Alright, I'm taking the tractor ride from where we're working over to my house to get rocks. Figured you might want to come along. Here we go. Make sure nobody's coming. It's a little bit of ways from my house down there. Glad we got this tractor and not trying to do this with a wheelbarrow. That would be painful. That was Heinz' main driveway there that we just passed. And you can see the house up ahead there. It's on the right hand side of the street. My driveway is right before we get there. Finished trying to get the rocks out of my drainage ditch, and when I finish with that, I got some alongside the house that I'm going to donate to the cause, and we'll go from there. Beautiful, beautiful morning, about 60 degrees, totally clear sky, bright sun coming up to my right, which would be east. Here is where my big cactus, we stood it out once, it was leaning way over, it didn't make it, so we had to take it out. And then right here is where I'm getting rocks from. So I'm going to turn off the video and start loading the bucket. Okay guys, I've been at it for about almost 2 hours, and this is the ditch I'm pulling my stuff out of because we're going to go back with riprap like this. And so I've done 3 of these buckets. Each bucket is between 700 and 800 pounds. So I pulled about a ton out of here, and what's making it slow going is there are some that are underground. I'm digging them out with that tool over there. Heinz calls it a cultivator. It's just a 3-pronged fork. So I'm having to dig them up out of the dirt to get them out of here. I think I got about 2 more buckets worth here, but I'm going to do this next bucket and then we're going to go take a break. So anyway, that's probably 2.5 tons that we've done since yesterday, since I've done about a ton this morning, and we did about 1.5 tons yesterday. So that's where we are. All right, I know it doesn't look a lot different But that pile has gotten quite a bit bigger over there. So I probably brought a couple of tons today. And Heinz has pretty well got this laid out how he wants it. So next week we'll hit it again and I'll show you what we get done. Okay, we're continuing with the swale project today. We're going to put down this landscape fabric to keep stuff from growing up underneath the river rock that we're going to put on top of the fabric. So we're going to be, I don't want to turn too much into the sun, but this is the beginning of it, and it goes down that way. Don't want to get into the sun, but we're going to put probably 2 to 3 wide in some areas, and we'll stake it down with stakes. And once that's done, we will start putting the river rock borders on, you know, the bigger ones around the edges, and then we'll fill in. Okay, this is kind of how you get started. We have a big sweeping curve here in this swale, so we'll have to cut it and then reposition and continue. We'll probably have to cut it a few times to get it laid out the way we want it, and you want it to go to the outside of the berm on each side. Over here we might have to cut a third strip because it's kind of extra wide right here. But anyway, Heinz just cut it, and then we'll lay it out again and come down as far as we can go this way, and it straightens out here, so we'll probably be able to go pretty straight after this next section. So we'll keep you updated. I was just getting ready to go get another load of river rock, and we see this fire. So I'm going to hang it up and give 911 a call. Okay guys, we've been at it for a couple of hours. We've got the first part of the Terrabond landscape fabric down, and we've got this piece done, kind of outlined it down to the end of that. Heinz put a little bit of pea gravel here in the front where the water's going to come in. We held some bigger ones over there on the ground, and then I just came back with another bucket full to work on this area here. We're going to go take a break and then we'll come back. Okay guys, this is Tuesday, October 7th. So this is how far we got yesterday. We got this whole first section done. I talked to Heinz about laying out some more of the landscape fabric, and he said he'd rather, you know, just lay out enough, you know, for what we can finish in one day, because he's worried about, you know, animals getting into it and messing with it, and, you know, wind gets up overnight blowing it all over the place. So we're just going to lay out as much as we think we can do in a day. So that is about probably a little over a ton of rock right there. 1 ton of rock. So we'll see how far we get today. Okay, we're getting the landscape fabric laid out here, and then we will start rocking. Just showing you what it looks like here to get that going. Got a bunch of little pieces over here and over here from where we've trimmed, and we'll use them as needed. Okay guys, we're at about the halfway point. However, this area was pretty wide, so it took longer. Heinz is pounding in some stakes to hold the rolls so Javelina won't mess with them. And then it gets much narrower at the other end, so it shouldn't take near as long. So we are right here. We're going to there. Probably, what is that, Heinz? About 40 more feet?
20, 30, yeah, it's over 30, between 30 and 40.
Between 30 and 40 feet to go. Probably already done we're about halfway, right? Yeah. And then our pile of rocks is getting low. We've been using these up, and here's our anchor rocks. So we both work at White Elephant tomorrow, so we'll be back on this on Thursday the 9th. Hope you enjoy watching. Okay, we don't normally do this because it's like 96 degrees right now, but Heinz and I decided to come back after lunch and do a couple more buckets worth so we could get a jump on it. So hopefully we can finish it Thursday, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday we have a good shot at rain from Hurricane Priscilla coming up from the Mexico area. So we got pretty far. I'd say there's maybe 20 feet left. We'll see how it goes on Thursday. Okay, we have the thing nearly done. Heinz is backing out and getting ready. We're going to go do something else. So down there, there's a oleander, kind of a tree that we're going to pull, and we're going to bring it and put it in this hole right here. And once that's done, there's a Palo Verde tree that's going to go in the hole that's created down here where the oleander's coming out. Apparently Heinz says the oleander doesn't like this spot, so we're going to try moving it and see what happens. So once we get that stuff done, and I don't know if we'll get it today, then we can finish the rest of this over to the end here, and then we'll be filling this area with rock also to help slow down water that's going to run down these terraces. I don't know exactly how the end is going to look, but we'll find out. So there's our swale from near the tree over there all the way down here. Plant, end, and then whatever comes next here. Okay, there's the gate to Heinz' house, and then up behind that, you can see that's kind of where we're working, behind the highest point there of the gate entry there. The tree we're going to remove, the oleander, is that one right there. So Heinz is bringing the tractor. We're going to pull this and plant it up there so we can kind of finish the rock work. And then down here we're going to plant a Palo Verde that he bought. So that's the plan. Okay guys, there's the hole. We dug the oleander out. It's sitting right here in the bucket. And we're going to go plant it. Heinz just discovered there's grubs down in this hole. So we're going to have to treat it. He's squishing them. But yeah, that might be part of the reason the tree wasn't doing too good.
Plus it didn't.
Okay, our oleander is in the ground. We put a couple of courses of regular dirt and then this garden soil. Heinz is watering it in, and then we're going to stake it up here in just a minute so it doesn't blow over or fall for any reason. So there's that little oleander tree. And then you saw the hole that we left from digging this one out. I don't think we're going to get to putting the Palo Verde in today, but be careful, it looks like it's wanting to fall. And anyway, he's just mixing the water in, getting it down to the bottom, mixing up the dirt. So we'll hope that he also treated with chlordane for the grubs. So let's hope this little tree will survive here. Okay, this is where we are at the end of Thursday. I believe it's the 9th. So we got done all the way from here. All this black stuff on the outside, you see, that's all going to get trimmed by scissors. Looks pretty good. I mean, the rocks are kind of dirty. It's going to rain. We have the remnants of Hurricane Priscilla coming our way. And so we are right down here with, I don't know, 6-8 feet to go right there. But we wanted to get this tree planted, this oleander. It's in there. About every third leaf is brown on it, so I hope it'll make it. So we got it kind of staked up, and Heinz is going to stake it a little more later. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what this looks like before we are done for the week. I work Friday and Saturday at Green Valley Decorative Rock, and then we're supposed to have rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I think it looks pretty darn good. Thanks for watching. Okay, we have the oleander that was in this hole planted up where we've been doing the swale. Now we have this tree, which is a Palo Verde. It's going to go in this hole where the other one was, and we're going to treat this for the grubs that were down in there. So we'll do that, and once we get that done, we're going to try to finish that swale. We're kind of working an afternoon shift. We normally work from 6:30 to 10:30 in the summertime, you know, because it gets hot. But today we're going to do a second shift and try to get this work done so that if Priscilla does show up and it rains for a few days, all this will be, no pun intended, but water under the bridge. I guess it was intended. All right, we'll get to it. Okay, we've got this one pretty much in place. Heinz is putting the last little bit of dirt on it, and then we'll water it in. And once we're done with this, we're going to stake it a little bit. Once we're done with this, then we will, and it's a pretty good sized tree, we'll go finish our swale. And then hopefully if we get that rain from Priscilla, let it come. Okay, I just went and put all the tools away that we used. Heinz is doing a little trimming and stabilizing of this Palo Verde tree. And while he finishes doing this, I'm headed to my house for our penultimate, meaning next to the last, bucket load of river rock for the swale. So hopefully we're going to finish that today. I did not look at the clock, but it's somewhere probably near 3 o'clock. Heinz and I came back after lunch, about 12:30, and we've knocked out the rest. He's just down there cutting off the landscape fabric, but we've got it all the way down to the end. Walk you down here. I'm really happy we got this done because, you know, we do have that chance of rain I've been talking about. And now that we have the two-man work done, Heinz can come back tomorrow while I'm at work and he can do some trimming and, you know, just finalization. But it looks awesome. A lot of work, but we are basically done. Little bit of cleanup, little bit of touch up, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching.